Ball pythons can definitely be picky eaters and have some other issues. If not cared for properly, these issues can lead to the death of your snake eventually. A lot of the times in Facebook groups and other things like that, you see people trying to rehome their ball pythons because they can't get them to eat.
But do these issues make them throwaway animals that could just fade out and die on you? And can you believe that a vet said this? I'm Rachel.
I'm Raph. This is Billy. Stick around for a rant. I want to start off by saying true exotic vets are a very valuable resource for us keepers in the reptile hobby. That being said, depending on where you live, like us in the middle of nowhere, a good exotic vet can be hard to find. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go see a vet if your animal's having issues or things like that, but it's very important to do your research and arm yourself with knowledge so that you can work together with the vet to make sure that you can get the right results for your animal. Because the truth of the matter is, it's your responsibility if you're keeping an animal to know that the possible issues the species might have, or, do your best to try to find out how to fix it yourself. And then, maybe what medicine you might need or something like that, and you can help work with the vet and get the desired results. This way, your little scaly friend can get better. A friend of ours actually brought one of their ball pythons to a vet for, I forget what issue it was having, but the exotic vet told her that they're just kind of throwaway animals that can just crash and die on you. And I can't even believe that I'm saying this right now. Now that the bad part's over, we're gonna get into why they're actually super awesome pets and definitely not throwaway animals. There's no such thing as a throwaway animal. We are animals. You have to respect the fact that you're keeping an animal and it's your job to keep it alive and give it the best life you possibly can. The truth of the matter is, ball pythons like Billy here are actually super hardy animals. Ball pythons can live typically around up to 20 to 30 years in captivity, and one specimen was actually kept alive for 47 years at the Philadelphia Zoo. And now, I've never heard of a dog or a cat living 47 years, but I'm also pretty sure no one would ever call a dog or a cat a throwaway animal. One thing that we have to be careful about is anthropomorphizing ball pythons, meaning giving them human qualities or assuming that they have similar needs to us humans, because they definitely don't. One issue a lot of people have with ball pythons is they go on what we call hunger strikes, where they won't eat food for a long period of time, and we make that out to be a big deal because we're supposed to eat 3 square meals a day, yada yada. But the truth is they metabolize a lot different than we do, and I've even heard of a hunger strike lasting up to 21 months where the ball python barely lost any weight and then got right back on food when they were ready. That being said, you should not starve them, and don't assume that your snake's going to be fine without food for 2 years. But, if they're in a hunger strike, you offer food pretty regularly, maybe once every 2 weeks compared to around a week to 10 days that you might usually feed them, and they'll eat when they're ready. However, sometimes the hunger strikes are caused by your own issues, and you might be doing something wrong. There could be issues with the temperature, the humidity, general husbandry, things like that. Maybe the snake wants live food and you're not comfortable feeding it live, but you got a snake. So you suck it up and try to figure out what the snake wants to eat. Another issue with anthropomorphizing snakes is that everyone thinks that they need a huge enclosure, and I'm definitely in favor of giving them as big of an enclosure as they'd be comfortable with. But the truth is, snakes like ball pythons, they spend a lot of their time in holes, and they like to feel very secure, and they have, surrounded on all sides, maybe even in kind of a cramped space. So you might, if your snake is on a hunger strike, you might want to consider moving them to a smaller enclosure. Nothing too small, of course. Give it some room to move. Give it enough hiding places and cover, things like that, so that if it does feel secure, and it'll probably go back on feed. Don't just listen to me. I'm definitely no snake expert, but there are plenty of good sources that you can go to and try to determine maybe what you're doing wrong, or if you're doing nothing wrong, people that'll give you more confidence than I can that your snake will be okay. Another reason why these are amazing animals and not throwaway animals at all is that they come in all kinds of morphs. Billy is leucistic, meaning she's lacking not just melanin, the skin pigment melanin, which is what albinos are. They are lacking melanin. She's lacking almost all skin pigment, and it causes this beautiful white coloration and those beautiful bright blue eyes. They're also super docile of a snake. They pretty much do anything before they committed to biting you. They would have to really feel like they were in danger. For example, Billy is not even head shy like a lot of ball pythons are. I mean, she doesn't necessarily like it, but she doesn't twitch. Obviously, she's not biting me. But also going along with how docile they are, they also get to a pretty impressive size. Females can get close to 6 feet for a very large female. And it'd be pretty cool if you could show your friends a 6-foot snake that you know and you're sure isn't gonna hurt anybody, but they still will think that it's pretty impressive. And for these reasons, I feel like they're a great ambassador for showing people that, you know, snakes are not evil, and you don't have to fear things just because you don't understand them. And that can translate to a lot of things that might make this world a better place.
If you agree with us that ball pythons are absolutely amazing animals, comment, like, subscribe, and follow us along, and we'll bring you more reptile content.
This has been another Red Ribbon Reptiles video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.